Under the relentless sun of the Egyptian desert, a figure stands at the edge of the Great Pyramid of Giza, gazing up into its towering splendor. With its limestone casing glinting like gold, it casts a long shadow over the sands, a remnant of a time when it touched the very heavens themselves. This is not merely a structure, it is a testament to the ambition, ingenuity, and spirituality of a civilization that flourished over 4 millennia ago. As the camera pans out, the vastness of the Giza Plateau comes into view, revealing the 3 great pyramids, Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure, each a monumental echo of power and belief. The Great Pyramid, built for Pharaoh Khufu around 2580 BC, stands as the largest and oldest of the trio, a marvel of engineering that has captivated minds and hearts for generations. But what secrets lie within its stone walls? What mysteries have been buried beneath its ancient stones? The air is thick with the weight of history as we journey back to the dawn of the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom, when the sun worshipped through the eyes of Ra was not just a deity, but a driving force behind the monumental ambitions of the pharaohs. Here, at the birth of a new era in human achievement, the Giza pyramids arise not simply as tombs, but as gateways to the afterlife, a manifestation of divine order where the earthly and the celestial intertwine. With each passing moment, we peel back the layers of time, revealing the meticulous planning that went into the construction of these colossal structures. It is said that the Great Pyramid was built with approximately 2.3 million blocks of stone, each weighing between 2 and 15 tons. Imagine the sound of chiseling as skilled laborers shape the limestone, the rhythmic thud of heavy stones being hoisted into place, and the sweat that dripped from brows under the searing sun. Yet who were these laborers? Were they slaves or skilled artisans? As we delve deeper, we discover evidence that suggests a complex workforce, comprising thousands of skilled laborers who toiled in harmony, driven by a shared reverence for their pharaoh and the gods. Their lives were intricately woven into the fabric of this monumental undertaking. Each brick laid down a testament to their craftsmanship and devotion. As we explore the significance of the pyramids, the narrative unfolds further, exposing the beliefs that inspired their construction. The ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was a god on earth, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. The pyramids served as an essential part of their funerary practices, designed to ensure the pharaoh's safe passage into the afterlife. This is where the true mystique lies, in the understanding that these structures were not just tombs, but vibrant symbols of eternity, built to honor a legacy that would transcend time itself. As twilight descends, casting an ethereal glow over the Giza Plateau, we are reminded of the countless mysteries still shrouded in the sands of time. What secrets do the pyramids still hold? What stories lie hidden within the chambers yet to be discovered? The camera lingers on the Great Pyramid, a silhouette stark against the darkening sky, a reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. It stands not just as a monument to a bygone era, but as an invitation to explore the depths of human achievement and the eternal quest for immortality. The pyramids of Giza are more than stone and mortar. They are a beacon of human aspiration, a narrative written in the language of the stars, waiting to be deciphered by those willing to look beyond the surface. And as we prepare to unravel the mysteries of this ancient civilization, one cannot help but wonder, what will the next chapter reveal? As the last rays of sunlight slip beneath the horizon, the Great Pyramids of Giza loom larger than life, their stones steeped in millennia of history and mystery. A civilization that flourished along the banks of the Nile, ancient Egypt was a tapestry of wonders, woven from the threads of innovation, belief, and artistry. But what drove this extraordinary society to such heights of achievement? Our journey begins in the fertile lands of the Nile Delta, where the annual inundation transformed arid fields into lush pastures. This cyclical flooding was not merely an agricultural boon, it was a divine gift, believed to be a blessing from the gods. The Egyptians harnessed this natural phenomenon, cultivating wheat, barley, and flax, which fueled their economy and sustained their burgeoning population. The rich harvest allowed for a surplus, enabling specialization and the emergence of a complex societal structure. In the heart of this civilization, the bustling city of Thebes rose to prominence, its temples and palaces adorned with intricate hieroglyphs and vibrant frescoes. The air was thick with incense, as priests and priestesses performed rituals to honor the pantheon of deities, from Ra, the sun god, to Osiris, the god of the afterlife. Each temple served as a microcosm of the universe, a sacred space where the divine met the mortal, a place where the community gathered to seek favor and guidance. Yet, amidst the grandeur, the social fabric was delicately woven with layers of hierarchy. At the pinnacle stood the pharaoh, revered as a living god, embodying the ideals of justice and order. Below him, a class of nobles, scribes, and artisans flourished, their skills and knowledge contributing to the empire's prosperity. The scribes in particular wielded immense power, their mastery of writing enabling them to record everything from trade transactions to religious texts, etching the very essence of their civilization into papyrus. As we move deeper into the heart of ancient Egypt, we encounter the artisans, the unsung heroes of this civilization. These craftsmen, highly skilled in their trades, dedicated their lives to the creation of monumental art and architecture, carving statues from granite, painting frescoes, and crafting jewelry adorned with precious stones. They infused every piece with a sense of the divine. Each stroke of the chisel resonated with the belief that their work was not just manual labor, but an offering to the gods, a prayer made manifest. But what fueled this relentless pursuit of perfection? The answer lies in their profound connection to the afterlife, a realm that was as tangible to them as the world they inhabited. The ancient Egyptians believed that life on earth was merely a prelude to a grander existence. In this belief, they found motivation to create structures that would withstand the ravages of time, the pyramids being the most iconic of these. They were not mere tombs, they were gateways to eternity, designed to facilitate the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife, ensuring that he would continue to rule and provide for his people beyond death. As we wander through the bustling markets and sacred temples, the pulse of ancient Egypt reverberates in our ears. The sounds of commerce, the chants of priests, and the laughter of children all blend together, creating a symphony of life that captivates our senses. Yet beneath this vibrant surface lies a growing tension, a reminder that no civilization is immune to the forces of change. Political intrigue, foreign invasions, and shifting alliances would soon challenge the very foundations of this empire, and as the sands of time continue to shift, the wonders of ancient Egypt stand resilient, waiting to reveal their secrets to those who dare to explore their depths. With each discovery, we inch closer to understanding not just the physical achievements of this civilization, but the very essence of what it meant to be an ancient Egyptian. The pyramids, the temples, and the artifacts serve as echoes of a society that sought to understand the cosmos, to find their place within it, and to leave an indelible mark on the canvas of history. As we stand on the precipice of this exploration, we ask ourselves, how did such a civilization rise, flourish, and ultimately transform? What mysteries lie in wait, ready to be unearthed in the chapters yet to come? Chapter 3: The Construction of the Great Pyramid. As the sun rose over the horizon, casting a golden hue across the barren landscape, the air crackled with anticipation. The momentous task of constructing the Great Pyramid of Giza was about to commence. A colossal structure, its very foundation would serve as a testament to Pharaoh Khufu's divine authority and the ingenuity of his people. But what lay ahead was nothing short of monumental. The Great Pyramid, a staggering 481 feet high, would become the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. But as we can only imagine, the vision for such an edifice began not with stone, but with a dream. It was here, in the heart of Egypt, that the dream was transformed into reality, one massive stone at a time. As the first stones were quarried from the Tura limestone hills, the sheer scale required was awe-inspiring. Each block weighed an average of 2.5 tons. The laborers, skilled and organized into teams, toiled under the relentless sun, their sweat mingling with the dust of the desert. They would drag these massive stones across the sandy terrain using sledges, lubricated with water to reduce friction, a simple yet ingenious solution that echoes through the annals of engineering history. Carts laden with limestone rolled towards the construction site, where a bustling community of artisans and laborers were already hard at work. The sound of chiseling echoed through the air as each stone was meticulously shaped to fit seamlessly with its neighbors. This was not merely construction. It was an orchestration of labor, precision, and unwavering dedication. As the pyramid began to rise, tension simmered just beneath the surface. The sheer scale of the project demanded resources that stretched the kingdom's capacity. Supplies were needed: food for the laborers, tools for the craftsmen, and perhaps most critically, the unwavering support of the people. This was a society that depended on the Nile's annual flooding, which replenished the land and sustained agriculture. If the floods failed, could the Great Pyramid still be completed? But Khufu's vision was unwavering. Workers were organized into a sophisticated system of labor, with thousands employed for the construction. Contrary to the popular notion of slaves toiling under the whip, many were skilled artisans who took pride in their work, participating in what they perceived as a sacred duty. Their survival depended on the pharaoh's success, and their craftsmanship was immortalized in every stone laid. As the pyramid's base took shape, the builders faced another challenge. The structure's design called for a precise alignment with the cardinal points of the compass. The architects used the stars and the sun as guides, employing tools like the merkhet, an ancient surveying instrument, to ensure this alignment was flawless. It was a task that demanded not only mathematical precision, but also a deep understanding of the cosmos, revealing the Egyptians' remarkable connection to the universe. As the years rolled on, the pyramid grew toward the heavens, its silhouette casting a long shadow over the landscape. Yet with every stone added, whispers of dissent began to circulate. The labor force, though initially motivated by a sense of purpose, began to feel the weight of their toil. Would the glory of the pharaoh's resting place come at the cost of their own livelihoods? What would happen to the families of those who labored day and night under the merciless sun? Despite the mounting challenges, the construction continued relentlessly. Each layer of the pyramid was meticulously crafted, each stone painstakingly fitted, creating a structure that would defy the passage of time. The Great Pyramid of Giza was not merely a tomb, it was a symbol of power, an architectural marvel, and a beacon of human ingenuity. As we reflect on this monumental endeavor, we are left with one undeniable truth. The construction of the Great Pyramid was not just about building stone upon stone. It was a profound statement of faith, ambition, and the unyielding human spirit. And as the pyramid reached its zenith, the question loomed, what legacy would emerge from this titanic achievement? What stories would the stones tell to future generations, waiting patiently to be unearthed? The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the colossal structure. As Khufu, the pharaoh of Egypt, stood at the foot of the Great Pyramid, it was a moment of triumph and tension, where the fruits of his unyielding vision were laid bare before him. This was not merely a construction site, it was the manifestation of a divine promise, a testament to the power of the pharaoh and the gods themselves. Yet the air was thick with uncertainty. The Nile's capricious flooding loomed over every stone, every worker, every heartbeat. The pharaoh's role in the construction of the Great Pyramid was as multifaceted as the pyramid itself. Khufu was not only a ruler, but a pivotal figure in the interplay between divine authority and earthly labor. He envisioned a grand tomb, a passage to the afterlife that would ensure his immortality. The pyramid would serve as a celestial gateway, allowing his spirit to ascend to the stars, and thus the stakes were monumental. As the pyramid rose, so too did Khufu's reputation. He was seen as a god on earth, a living embodiment of Maat, the ancient Egyptian principle of harmony and order. This belief fueled the laborers' determination. They were not merely constructing a monument, they were participating in a divine act, laying the very foundation of eternity. Khufu's presence inspired a sense of unity, binding the workers together in a shared purpose that transcended their individual struggles. Yet the pharaoh's ambition was not without consequence. With each stone that was added, the demands on the workforce intensified. The vast labor force swelled, drawing skilled artisans and laborers from across the land. They came voluntarily, lured by the promise of sustenance and the glory of contributing to a project that would etch their names into history. However, as the years wore on, the toll of the relentless toil began to fray the bonds of this collective ambition. The construction site became a microcosm of ancient Egyptian society, reflecting both the grandeur of Khufu's vision and the burgeoning unrest among the workers. Rumors of discontent whispered through the ranks like a cool breeze on a scorching day. The relentless sun beat down on their backs, and the weight of the stones became a metaphor for their growing disillusionment. What if our efforts are in vain? They pondered. What if the Nile fails us, and we are left with nothing but the dust of our labor? Khufu, aware of the tremors of dissent, devised strategies to maintain morale. He organized feasts to celebrate milestones, invoking the gods' favor through rituals and offerings. The pharaoh himself would often walk among the workers, sharing in their toil, ensuring they knew their contributions were valued. Each block of limestone quarried from the nearby Tura Hills was imbued with a sense of purpose, as Khufu's name was etched into the very fabric of the structure. But behind the facade of unity, questions remained unanswered. What sacrifices lay buried beneath the weight of the stones? Would the pyramid, once completed, truly serve its purpose, or would it stand as a hollow monument, a reminder of aspirations unfulfilled? The answer slipped through the fingers of time like grains of sand, leaving only echoes of hope and uncertainty. As the pyramid soared to its intended height, the tension between the pharaoh's ambitions and the workers' realities reached a boiling point. The once harmonious rhythm of construction began to falter. Would Khufu's vision of grandeur come to fruition, or would it unravel under the weight of discontent? In this crucible of human endeavor, the Great Pyramid became more than a tomb. It was a battleground of ideals, a symbol of the eternal quest for meaning that defined ancient Egypt. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the laboring men, the legacy of the pharaohs hung in the balance, teetering on the edge of history. What would the stones reveal to the future? Only time would tell. In the dimming light of dusk, a figure emerged from the shadows of the colossal stones, a man whose hands bore the scars of labor and whose heart carried the weight of dreams. This was Imhotep, a foreman among the thousands, tasked with the monumental responsibility of guiding the workforce that would shape the destiny of Egypt. As he surveyed the vast expanse of the construction site, his pulse quickened with both pride and anxiety. The Great Pyramid loomed before him, a testament to human ambition and an ever-present reminder of the burdens they bore. The sun, having dipped below the horizon, cast a golden hue across the limestone blocks, each one a silent witness to the sacrifices made in their transport from quarry to construction. The artisans and laborers, hailing from distant villages, spoke different tongues, yet shared a common resolve. They were farmers, stonemasons, and artisans, each drawn to the promise of bread and glory. Yet with each passing day, the hardships of their toil began to gnaw at their spirits, turning the once united chorus of labor into a discordant murmur of dissent. Imhotep gathered the workers at the end of a grueling day, their faces smeared with sweat and dust, fatigue etched deep into their features. "Brothers," he implored, his voice rising above the clamor of discontent, "we stand on the brink of history. Each stone we lay is a step toward the afterlife of our pharaoh, a gift to Khufu that will echo through eternity." Yet even as he spoke, he sensed the skepticism simmering beneath the surface. Their eyes, once bright with hope, now reflected uncertainty. "What if our labor is for nothing?" one voice dared to challenge, cutting through the silence like a shard of glass. As the murmurs of doubt grew louder, Imhotep felt the weight of his own responsibilities. He had witnessed the gathering shadows of unrest, the whispered conversations around the fire at night, where men questioned their fate and the nature of their labor. The promise of sustenance was becoming a hollow echo, and the rites of celebration organized by Khufu felt increasingly distant from their stark reality. Recognizing the need for action, Imhotep sought counsel with the pharaoh's advisors. "We must create a bond, a sense of purpose that goes beyond the stone," he urged. "If we can honor our workers as we honor our gods, we may yet quell the storm brewing in their hearts." His words sparked a fire of debate, igniting discussions of wages, provisions, and the very essence of their collective identity. Yet the pharaoh's court, steeped in tradition and grandeur, hesitated. The vision of stone, the dream of the pyramid, seemed to overshadow the human cost. As the construction continued, the workers began to form their own communities, sharing stories of their homelands and fears for the future. They carved symbols into the stones, hieroglyphs not of grandeur, but of longing, their hopes for a better life etched into the very fabric of the pyramid itself. The Great Pyramid was transforming. It was no longer merely a tomb, but a vessel of their collective aspirations and frustrations. Imhotep, sensing the tide turning, took it upon himself to foster unity among the workers. He organized gatherings under the stars, where music and laughter could momentarily drown out the fatigue of labor. The shared meals became a sacred ritual, a reminder of their humanity amid the relentless grind. Yet the specter of unrest loomed ever larger as whispers of rebellion began to circulate like a dark cloud over the construction site. The workers were hungry, not just for sustenance, but for recognition and respect. As the pyramid reached its monumental height, the tension between Khufu's vision and the reality faced by the workers became palpable. Would this architectural wonder become the crowning achievement of a great civilization, or a tomb for the dreams of those who built it? The answers hung in the air like the dust that swirled around them, waiting for the moment when the echoes of their struggles would finally be heard and the true legacy of the workforce behind the marvels would be forged in the annals of history. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the Great Pyramid, a monumental silhouette against the backdrop of a stirring horizon. It was a moment steeped in anticipation, for today marked the unveiling of Imhotep's grand design, a plan that would transform not only the construction site, but the very essence of what it meant to build a pyramid in ancient Egypt. The air crackled with a mixture of hope and anxiety as the workers, weary yet eager, gathered to witness a pivotal shift in their shared destiny. At the heart of this transformation lay the architectural genius of Imhotep. His vision was not merely to erect a structure of stone, but to fashion a harmonious environment that reflected the divine order of the universe. He believed that the Great Pyramid should serve as a bridge between the earthly realm and the heavens, a testament to both human ingenuity and the benevolence of the gods. As he stood before the assembled crowd, his voice resonated like the beating heart of the Nile, drawing them in with the promise of a new beginning. Today, he declared, we shall honor not just the stone, but the spirit of our labor. We will mold this pyramid as one where each block represents our unity, our sacrifice, and our dreams. The words hung in the air, a clarion call that echoed off the towering limestone blocks, stirring the hearts of those who had toiled tirelessly under the unforgiving sun. In the days that followed, Imhotep introduced a series of innovations that would redefine the construction process. He implemented a tiered design, allowing for easier access to the pyramid's heights. This architectural strategy not only facilitated the movement of workers and materials, but also fostered a sense of collaboration. Construction teams, once fragmented and weary, began to operate as cohesive units, their efforts synchronized in the pursuit of a singular vision. Yet it was not merely the structure that was reshaping, it was the very fabric of their society. With each block laid, the workers began to see themselves not simply as laborers, but as architects of their own destiny. Imhotep encouraged them to inscribe their names and symbols into the stones, a testament to their individual contributions. Immortalized within the very walls of the pyramid, these inscriptions, once mere marks of labor, became a tapestry of their collective identity, woven into the very essence of the monument. As the pyramid ascended higher, so too did the complexity of its design. Imhotep's architectural prowess was evident in the intricate internal chambers and the carefully calculated alignment with celestial bodies. The pyramid was not merely a tomb, it was a cosmic entity, a reflection of the stars above, designed to guide the pharaoh's soul into the afterlife. The precision with which the stones were cut and placed spoke to an understanding of mathematics and astronomy that was unparalleled in the ancient world. However, the shadows of descent continued to loom. The workers, though united in purpose, still felt the weight of their sacrifices. While the pyramid rose to unimaginable heights, their own aspirations remained grounded in the harsh reality of their existence. Whispers of discontent echoed through the nights, punctuated by the sound of chiseling stone, a reminder that even amidst the wonders of architecture, human suffering persisted. As tensions simmered, Imhotep's resolve was tested. He knew that the grandeur of the pyramid hinged not solely on its design, but on the hearts and minds of those who built it. To truly honor their labor, he sought to bring forth a new paradigm, one where the voices of the workers would resonate alongside the triumph of stone. In the twilight of the construction, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the Great Pyramid, a quiet determination settled over the workers. They had forged a connection, not just with the pyramid, but with each other, a bond stronger than the stone itself. Would their collective aspirations rise alongside the monument, or would they remain buried beneath the weight of history? The answer lay within the shifting sands of time, where the legacy of both the builders and the built awaited its moment of revelation. In the silent reverie of dusk, as the final rays of sunlight kissed the summit of the Great Pyramid, a profound stillness enveloped the sight, a moment suspended in time. For the ancient Egyptians, the pyramid was not merely a marvel of engineering, it was a sacred vessel, a bridge between the earthly realm and the divine. The significance of these colossal structures extended far beyond their physical presence. They were imbued with layers of religious meaning that transcended the sheer weight of stone. As the pyramids rose against the horizon, so too did the spiritual aspirations of a civilization steeped in reverence for the afterlife. The pharaoh, viewed as a living god, was believed to embody the essence of Osiris, the god of the afterlife. The pyramid served as his final resting place, a celestial gateway through which his soul would ascend to the sky. This architectural marvel was designed to ensure his safe passage, fortified by rituals and offerings meant to appease the gods and secure favor in the afterlife. The very orientation of the pyramids was meticulously calculated. They were aligned with the cardinal points and the stars, reflecting the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of the cosmos. The Great Pyramid, with its precise alignment to Orion's belt, spoke to an intricate connection between the divine and the terrestrial. To the Egyptians, the stars were not distant orbs of light. They were the souls of the departed, guiding the pharaoh's journey beyond the grave. Within the pyramid's inner sanctum, the burial chamber lay adorned with inscriptions and spells, sacred texts meant to guide the pharaoh through the perilous journey of the afterlife. The pyramid texts, some of the oldest religious writings known to humanity, were etched into the stone, designed to awaken and empower the spirit. These incantations were the lifeblood of the pyramid, infusing it with a divine purpose and ensuring that the pharaoh would continue to reign in the afterlife. However, as the pyramid's shadow loomed larger, it cast a pall over the lives of the living. The workers, whose sweat and toil brought the structure to life, often grappled with the duality of their existence. They labored tirelessly, driven by the promise of a legacy that seemed ever more distant. In the quiet moments, they pondered their own fate, a stark contrast to the divine aspirations encapsulated within the pyramid's walls. Yet within this tension lay a transformative power. Imhotep, the visionary architect, recognized that the spiritual significance of the pyramid was not solely vested in its function as a tomb. It was a vessel of hope, a manifestation of the collective dreams of a people yearning for immortality. He sought to ensure that the workers, too, would find solace within the stone, their efforts honored in the annals of history. As the pyramid neared completion, Imhotep proposed a radical shift, a public celebration, a ceremony to honor not just the pharaoh, but the very souls who had breathed life into the stone. The air was thick with anticipation as the workers gathered, their faces illuminated by flickering torches, casting dancing shadows against the monumental edifice. The night was alive with the sounds of drums and chants, a symphony of voices rising in unison, echoing the heartbeat of a civilization. In that moment, the pyramid transcended its role as a tomb. It became a symbol of unity and resilience, a testament to the unbreakable bond forged between the pharaoh and his people. As the stars twinkled overhead, the workers felt a profound connection, knowing that the legacy of their labor would endure, entwined with the very fabric of the cosmos. Thus, the Great Pyramid stood not only as a monumental tomb, but as a beacon of faith, a reminder that within every stone, every inscription lay the indelible spirit of a people who dared to dream beyond the confines of mortality. In the heart of Egypt, amidst the shifting sands of time, the true significance of the pyramids in religion would echo through the ages, a lasting testament to the intertwining of earthly toil and divine aspiration. In the stillness of the night, a figure stood atop the Great Pyramid, silhouetted against a tapestry of stars. Imhotep, the architect of this monumental marvel, gazed upward, captivated by the celestial ballet unfolding above. The air thrummed with an energy that seemed to connect the heavens and the earth, a connection the ancients understood deeply. Here, at the nexus of human ambition and divine order, the pyramids emerged not merely as tombs, but as astronomical observatories, portals to the cosmos. The pyramids were aligned with remarkable precision to the cardinal points, a feat that has astounded scholars for millennia. Each stone, each angle was meticulously calculated, ensuring that the structure resonated with the rhythms of the universe. The Egyptians believed that the stars were the souls of their ancestors, guiding the living with their celestial light. The alignment of the Great Pyramid with the constellation Orion was no accident. Orion was revered as the embodiment of Osiris, the god of the afterlife, a direct connection between the pharaoh and the divine. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the workers gathered once more, their spirits lifted by the night's celestial communion. They spoke in hushed tones of the stars, recounting tales of the gods who traversed the night sky. Imhotep understood that their labor was more than stone and sweat. It was a bridge to the cosmos, a testament to their place in the universe. The pyramids were not only monumental structures, they were a cosmic language, whispering the secrets of eternity. But the challenge of aligning the pyramids with such precision was not without its trials. The architects faced the daunting task of calculating the movements of celestial bodies, a science that required not only keen observation, but also an understanding of mathematics and geometry that was far ahead of its time. The Egyptians, armed with tools like the merkhet, an ancient instrument used for astronomical observations, mapped the heavens, tracing the paths of the stars with unwavering determination. As the Great Pyramid neared its completion, an air of tension filled the construction site. Rumors spread among the workers. A celestial event was approaching, a rare alignment of the stars that would occur once in a generation. Some believed it was a sign, a divine endorsement of their labor, while others felt an undercurrent of fear. Would the gods look favorably upon their efforts, or would they be met with celestial indifference? On the eve of the alignment, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the atmosphere crackled with anticipation. Imhotep, sensing the weight of the moment, gathered the workers at the pyramid's base. "Tonight," he proclaimed, his voice resonating with conviction, "we will witness the heavens, acknowledge our toil, our dreams, and our eternal bond with the divine." As darkness enveloped the landscape, a hush fell over the crowd. The first stars twinkled into existence, and one by one they began to align with the apex of the pyramid. The workers held their breath, their hearts synchronized with the cosmic dance above. With each passing moment, the alignment grew more pronounced, and the air shimmered with the energy of possibility. Then, at the stroke of midnight, the stars reached their zenith, casting a silvery light over the Great Pyramid. It was as if the heavens themselves had opened, showering the earth with divine approval. The workers erupted in jubilant celebration, their voices rising to meet the celestial chorus. In that moment, the pyramid was no longer just stone. It was a bridge between worlds, a testament to the aspirations of a civilization that dared to reach for the stars. As dawn broke, the workers stood in awe, their hearts full of hope. They understood that their labor had transcended the earthly realm, intertwining their lives with the celestial. The pyramids were not merely tombs, they were awe-inspiring vessels of knowledge, capturing the very essence of their relationship with the universe. In the heart of ancient Egypt, under the watchful gaze of the stars, the legacy of the pyramids and their astronomical significance began to unfold, destined to resonate through the ages. As the sun rose on the horizon, casting golden rays upon the Great Pyramid, a new chapter in the journey of this monumental edifice began to unfold. Beneath the surface of the earth, the remnants of ancient secrets lay waiting, poised to reveal their mysteries to the persistent hands of explorers and archaeologists. In the years following its completion, the Great Pyramid would not only serve as a tomb, but also as a focal point for the unquenchable curiosity of humanity. Archaeological endeavors initiated in the 19th century would ignite a fervor for discovery, propelling Egypt into the spotlight of global fascination. The year was 1867 when the French archaeologist Auguste Mariette, armed with a fervent desire to uncover the past, was drawn to the Giza Plateau. As he scaled the Great Pyramid, the colossal structure loomed above him, a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of an ancient civilization. His heart raced at the thought of what lay beneath the stone, a world untouched by time. Mariette's excavations began with great fervor, yet the ground resisted his efforts, as if guarding its secrets jealously. Hours turned into days, and the excavation site transformed into a veritable tapestry of history, where each layer told a story of its own. The air was thick with anticipation, and onlookers gathered, their eyes reflecting the glints of hope and skepticism. Would Mariette's efforts yield a treasure trove of wisdom, or merely dust and decay? Then, in a serendipitous turn of fate, Mariette stumbled upon a hidden chamber, concealed from the prying eyes of the ages. As the workers cleared the debris, the walls of the chamber revealed intricate hieroglyphs, an ancient language that spoke of gods, pharaohs, and the afterlife. The breath of the past echoed through the air, and the realization struck. This was not merely a tomb, it was a sacred archive, a repository of knowledge that had long since faded into obscurity. The hieroglyphs detailed the rituals, the beliefs, and the astronomical alignments that had guided the pyramid's construction. Each symbol was a thread woven into the fabric of time, illuminating the connections between the earthly and the divine. Scholars pored over the inscriptions, deciphering the messages as if cracking a code long left behind by the ancients. As Mariette's team continued their excavations, a growing sense of urgency enveloped them. The world outside was changing rapidly. The advent of industrialization threatened to erase the stories of the past. Each artifact unearthed became a lifeline to a civilization that had once thrived along the banks of the Nile. Every fragment of pottery, every shard of stone whispered tales of everyday life in ancient Egypt. The discoveries were not merely relics, they were echoes of humanity, bridging the gap between millennia. In the ensuing decades, the Giza Plateau became a battleground for scholars and treasure hunters alike. Some sought to exploit the past for profit, while others, like the British archaeologist Howard Carter, dedicated their lives to unearthing the truths buried beneath the sands. Carter's discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 would captivate the world, reigniting global interest in Egyptology. The treasures within that tomb, golden masks, jeweled chariots, and intricate artifacts, sparked a frenzy of admiration and respect for the ancient civilization that had produced such wonders. Yet, even as the treasures of the past were unveiled, concerns loomed over the preservation of these sites. The delicate balance between exploration and conservation became increasingly precarious. Excavations, once hailed as a means of enlightenment, were met with criticism as the implications of disrupting sacred ground became evident. In this age of discovery, the Great Pyramid stood as a symbol of both reverence and challenge. It was a monument not only to the pharaohs who had commissioned its creation, but also to the generations of explorers who had dedicated their lives to unraveling its mysteries. Each excavation echoed with the promise of new discoveries, igniting a fire of curiosity that would continue to burn brightly through the ages, ensuring that the legacy of ancient Egypt would never be forgotten. The moment the first rays of dawn broke over the Giza Plateau, illuminating the weathered stones of the Great Pyramid, it signaled not just the start of another day, but the continued evolution of a global fascination. The ancient monument, a relic of a civilization long past, had transcended its original purpose, becoming a beacon of intrigue in modern culture. As the sun cast shadows that danced along its massive base, it was clear the Great Pyramid was not merely a tomb, but a testament to humanity's eternal quest for meaning. In the heart of bustling Cairo, the echoes of history mingled with the clamor of modernity. Tourists flocked to the ancient site, their cameras clicking like the chisel strokes of ancient artisans. They came from all corners of the globe, each person drawn by stories spun from the fabric of time. The pyramids had transformed into a symbol of mystery and adventure, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and film. From Agatha Christie's thrilling tales to the iconic imagery of Hollywood blockbusters, the Great Pyramid became a touchstone for storytelling. Yet beneath the allure of its grandeur, attention simmered. As more visitors arrived, the delicate balance of preservation became increasingly strained. The very stones that had withstood the test of millennia now faced the threat of erosion. The call to action grew louder among archaeologists and conservationists. In the realm of popular culture, the pyramid's influence was undeniable. It appeared in video games where players navigated mazes of sand and stone, seeking treasures hidden by time. It inspired musicians who wove its mystique into lyrics, echoing the ancient rhythms that once resonated through the Nile. Fashion designers found inspiration in the pyramid's geometric forms, crafting collections that spoke to the elegance of ancient lines. The Great Pyramid was everywhere, morphing into a cultural icon that bridged generations and geographies. However, the allure of the pyramids also birthed a darker narrative. Conspiracy theories blossomed like wildflowers in the arid desert. Some claimed the pyramids were built by aliens, while others suggested they served as power generators or portals to other dimensions. These theories, while often lacking in scholarly support, captivated the public's imagination, feeding into a growing appetite for the paranormal and the extraordinary. Books and documentaries flourished, each seeking to unlock the secrets that scholars had yet to fully comprehend. As the world raced forward, the pyramids stood resolute, embodying the paradox of human existence, a relentless march toward progress intertwined with an insatiable desire to connect with the past. Social media platforms exploded with hashtags like #PyramidMysteries and #AncientWonders, as millions shared their experiences and theories, creating a digital tapestry of collective curiosity. Each post, whether rooted in fact or fiction, further entwined the ancient with the modern, feeding the ever-growing interest in the pyramids. But amid this whirlwind of fascination lay a question that loomed large. How do we honor the past while embracing the future? The Great Pyramid had witnessed centuries of human endeavor, yet its true essence risked being diluted in the cacophony of contemporary culture. The challenge for the guardians of this ancient wonder was formidable. How could they ensure that the legacy of the pyramids remained intact, that the stories etched into their stone would continue to resonate with future generations. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid stood as a silent observer of humanity's journey. It was a reminder that while the world may change, the quest for understanding, connection, and meaning remains eternal. The pyramids, once the final resting places of pharaohs, had evolved into timeless symbols of curiosity, resilience, and the unyielding spirit of exploration that defines us all. Unfolded in the ongoing saga of the Great Pyramid, the air, thick with the weight of history, echoed with the ambitions of those who sought to preserve this ancient marvel. The question reverberated through the corridors of time: how would future generations understand the significance of the pyramids amidst the noise of modernity? In 2016, UNESCO declared the Giza Plateau a World Heritage Site, a recognition that underscored the necessity of safeguarding this ancient legacy. The organization, alongside Egypt's Ministry of Antiquities, embarked on a series of initiatives aimed at both conservation and education. They understood that the stones of the Great Pyramid were not merely remnants of a bygone era. They were vessels of knowledge, embodying the aspirations and achievements of an entire civilization. As the sun rose over Giza, the cool morning air filled with the sounds of tourists and scholars alike, each drawn to the towering silhouette of the pyramid. Guided tours now featured stories of the ancient builders, the rituals that surrounded the tombs, and the astronomical alignments that formed the foundation of its design. Knowledge became the new currency, exchanged freely in the courtyard as interpreters and historians endeavored to unravel the mysteries that lay beneath the surface. Yet, preserving the legacy of the pyramids was fraught with challenges. Climate change loomed ominously over the horizon, threatening the very stones that had withstood millennia. Rising temperatures and shifting rain patterns eroded the limestone, while pollution from burgeoning urban development encroached upon the sacred site. Environmentalists rallied, their voices amplifying the urgency of the moment, demanding action to protect this UNESCO jewel. In the midst of this battle for preservation, a groundbreaking discovery added a new layer of complexity. In 2017, a team of Japanese researchers unveiled the existence of a previously unknown void within the Great Pyramid, a cavernous space that sparked debates among archaeologists and historians. Was this an ancient burial chamber, or perhaps a passageway to hidden treasures? The implications ignited a firestorm of interest, drawing scientists and enthusiasts from around the world, all eager to contribute to the narrative of the pyramid's enduring legacy. Meanwhile, the digital realm continued to amplify the pyramid's allure. Virtual reality experiences provided immersive tours, allowing users to navigate the labyrinthine passages and gaze upon the grandeur of the burial chamber without ever stepping foot on the desert sands. These technological advancements not only educated, but also fostered a global appreciation for the pyramid, creating a community of advocates who championed its preservation. Yet, as the digital age flourished, a tension emerged. The very platforms that celebrated the Great Pyramid also risked commodifying its history. Social media influencers, armed with hashtags and curated aesthetics, began to shape narratives that sometimes distorted the reality of the pyramid's significance. The challenge was clear: how to foster genuine engagement without succumbing to sensationalism, ensuring that the stories of the past remained intact and meaningful. In response, local communities rallied together, organizing events that honored their heritage. Festivals celebrated the ancient arts, crafts, and stories passed down through generations, reminding visitors that the pyramid was not merely a tourist attraction, but a cornerstone of Egyptian identity. The echoes of traditional music, the vibrant colors of handcrafted goods, and the fervent discussions among locals breathed life into the stones, weaving a rich tapestry that spoke to the pyramid's enduring significance. As twilight descended once more upon the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid stood steadfast, a sentinel of history, beckoning the curious with its silent wisdom. The legacy of this ancient wonder was not merely a relic of the past, it was a living narrative continuously shaped by the hands and hearts of those who cherished it. In this intricate dance between preservation and progress, the Great Pyramid remained a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit, a reminder that while time marches on, the quest for knowledge, meaning, and connection to our roots is an eternal journey, a journey that must be honored for generations yet to come.